Coach Gunther was just saying that last year for him was his toughest year in football, to have a defense that struggled that much. And what were your observations on him throughout the year and how he approached it, how he dealt with it, and how you guys dealt with it?
Ultimate professional. I mean, that's just the way I'd describe it. He came in, you never could really tell that was being hard for him. He just kept at it, kept coaching, kept making sure that we were prepared in every way, shape, or form, and just kept giving it all. So he never wavered. We never wavered. We just kept showing up every day, even though the results weren't what we wanted. We still showed up every day and gave it all.
What's it been like to add Vontaze and Brandon to that linebacker room?
Now, obviously, when you add veteran guys like that with experience that's played a lot of great football in the league, even with B. Marsh that's been to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl, that's a major bonus, and just the wealth of knowledge they have just being around the league for a long time. That helps the younger guys. It helps myself, to be able to go out there and see it from different sides. Just pick each other's brain.
With having a middle linebacker who's been in this system for a while with Vontaze and knowing what Paul wants and Paul knowing him, how does that just help with the communication for the whole defense?
It helps a lot, having a guy that's extremely familiar with the scheme. For the most part of his career, I believe, except for 6 years, he was in the system, and just like being in the system for that length of time, the nuances of the defense, all of the checks, all of the calls, and just having Vontaze has definitely been a huge help.
Paul was saying that it's kind of like adding a quarterback who's already familiar with the system, having Vontaze in there in the middle. I know for a lot of last year, you were the one who was making the calls, relaying stuff. How much more do you feel like you guys can be flexible and do different things, just with the guys who are still here, having had a year in the defense, and then adding somebody who can sort of orchestrate like that?
It creates balance, I believe. Just adding like you said, it's essentially the same as having a quarterback, or I would say any guy that's been in any system, whether it's offense or defense. If you add a guy to a team that's been in a system for a long time, that's definitely a great help, because the knowledge they have from the previous knowledge and working in the system, you bring that over, then that puts pretty much everyone at ease. It puts the guys on the field at ease. It puts the coaches at ease, and everyone we're able to communicate on a whole nother level.
What do you think that you took from last year's experience? I mean, you played basically 100% of snaps almost. To go through that and then to come out of it, what do you feel like you learned as a player from that?
I think I've learned a great deal of the system. That experience right there last year, just basically playing 100% of the snaps, allowed me to really grasp the system and understand the ins and outs of everything. So now when we're out there, I'm communicating with Vontaze, and he's like, okay, dang, you got it. So it's not either one of us, like, we're not taking on the brunt of the work, the whole thing, and taking on that all that stress. We divvying it up, and then we're just breaking it up to make it easy on everyone. It's like, look, you give this call, you handle these checks, I handle the other, so then everything works a lot smoother.
Last year, in front of you guys played 3 rookie defensive linemen a lot between Mo, Arden, and PJ. What have you seen from them in terms of the difference between year 1 and year 2 this spring?
Confidence. As a rookie, no matter where you are, sometimes just that confidence, it can be key. You as rookie and coming in the league, you have a bunch of veteran guys around you. You're in the big times now. It's a lot of hype for you because you're a rookie. You're going to come in and play a lot. I think the second year in the defense, the second year in the league is usually the biggest leap for guys, because you go through that rookie stuff, the rookie wall or whatever, all that, so they call it, and then you don't have that same stress as you did the year before, and on top of that, you have a better understanding of the scheme. And I can see that from them right now. They're just playing with more confidence. They understand their bodies better, understand what they need to do to make sure that they're prepared to go out there and practice at a high level, play at a high level, and it's a great thing to see.
You guys made free agent additions, a defense-heavy draft. Do you look out here in the spring and feel like that the talent on this roster is upgraded quite a bit?
Oh, I definitely feel that way. You know, the talent, we have a lot of talent on this team. You look at every position, you look on both sides of the ball. You know, we definitely have the team to go out there and do something major this year. And the biggest thing is we just got to gel together as quick as possible to, that camaraderie and make sure that we continue to build with each other, all pulling in the same direction and understanding that we're all on the same team. The Raiders aren't on our schedule. So as long as, we understand that and we go out there every day with a purpose, we're going to go out there and we're going to handle business.
What are your impressions of the rookie defensive players been so far, whether it's Cleveland, Trayvon, or Jonathan Abrams so far?
Just hard workers. Hard workers, they're smart, great guys, they love the game. You can really describe them. Any positive word you can think of, you can really go out there and tag it on them because, I really can't I don't have one bad thing to say about them. And they're like sponges right now, just soaking everything up. You talk to them. J.A., I'm always going back and forth with him. He like to talk a lot. That's my guy. But yeah,
from one vocal leader to another, right?
Oh yeah. I love it. Young guy, you go in there, you come in and you're showing, how confident you are. I love that, because I'm like, we can build off of that. That's what we need. We need more guys that are confident in their skill set, and then you bringing that to the team. That's gonna take us a long way.
There are not a lot of players who will go through a full season and only miss 2 or 3 snaps on defense. How do you, when the season ends, do you take time to sort of recuperate or do things, or treat your body or let yourself rest or anything like that?
There's really no days off for me. I got 3 children, so as soon as the season's over, I'm in full dad mode. I might be running around playing baseball, we practicing baseball and all this in the back. But just to answer your question, I don't really have much downtime. Generally it depends on how I feel. If I feel good and if I'm healthy coming out of the season, I'll probably just chill for about 2 weeks or so. But I'm right back to doing something active because if you get away from it too long, then it takes a lot longer. It's a lot harder to get back into it. And that's one thing I've learned over the years is you can't step away too long. Mentally and physically you would want to, just because it's a long season, through spring training camp, and then the whole season, and it's like, man, you want to take a breather, but your body is used to, being active, running around, lifting weights. So I'll, do low impact stuff, ellipticals, bike work, band work, stuff like that, just to make sure I'm keeping everything active.
I know you do I know you do a lot of prehab over the course of a season, just take care of your body. That said, when the season does end, was there anything that had been nagging you for weeks or months that you were specifically able to rest or take care of in any way, or was it just overall?
Yeah, overall, I just pretty much just go through everything. This anything that might have nagged me during the season, I felt I can improve upon. I make that a bit of a focus, but outside of that, I'm generally focusing on head to toe, because if you start to put too much focus on one thing, then you might miss something else, and then you're fixing your hip, and then something else might become an issue. So that's one thing I've learned over the years. You have to take care of everything from top to bottom.
Last one, guys.
You put a lot of inspirational messages on Twitter. They're almost all positive. They have to do with belief in yourself. Are there things that you've read over the years? Or are there things that just come naturally to what you think? And was all that stuff tested last year when the times were tough?
It's that's pretty much how I live my life. Most of the stuff I tweeted, books that I've read, I have some great mentors in my life that I take knowledge from, and then I just dish it out to everyone. I feel like the talking points that I experience with other people can go a long way for others. So I always like just sharing my thoughts with whoever can use that, use it. If it doesn't apply, then it doesn't apply to you. But I'm a positive person. I like uplifting people, helping people as much as I can.
Thanks, guys.